Hello and welcome everybody. This is Omar from Team Ursaring bringing you today another video content of Tabletop from this past weekend's League Challenge at the Game Closet in Waco, Texas. Our first match is with Grace against Kins. Both awesome players, very good players that we have today. And we're going to be doing some fast play throughout these matches that we have. We have 3 total matches for you guys today. So on Grace's side, she's playing a Persephone deck. And on Ken's side, he's playing a 2 water box deck with Quagsires, Naganados, Wailors, Articunos, and I believe in Onyx. So he's got a lot going on, definitely able to hit a lot of weaknesses. Will be a tough match for Grace, but she will put up a fight. Persephone is a very, very strong deck to be playing in this current meta as well. I can hit those high numbers. So Grace put down that Tapu Lele to get that Cynthia. Go ahead and shuffle her deck or her hand into her deck to draw 6 new cards. So let's see if she can pull some more stuff out for this turn. Looks like for energy attachment. If Grace is able to set up pretty good, then this is going to be a solid match, even if playing against weakness. So it looks like Ken's already digging in this deck. Let's see what he's going to pull out. Probably a Wooper, or either get ready for another Naganado. But I think the Wooper is more important for this matchup to be able to streamline those attacks with water energy attachments. Okay, so he does pull out the Wooper and benches it. Comes down to Lele. We'll be using Lele's ability to grab that Lele out. Alright. So let's see what he chooses to do next. Looks like he's going to do energy attachment onto the Tapu Lele to get more cards into his hand this turn. He can always move the energy up anyways when he gets a Wooper out, so it's not a problem either. And if somehow it gets Guzma out, it has that energy retrieval as well. Oh, and he's running a Snorlax Eevee as well. Alright, looks like he's gonna Ultra Ball away a Magikarp Wailord GX. And a Beast Ring. Pull out that Articuno. Okay, so the Articuno is a really good card. The ability on it lets where your opponents can't Guzma out your water Pokemon. So they just have to deal with the Articuno. And every time an Articuno attacks, it moves the 2 energies that it has onto the bench Pokemon. So even if it gets knocked out, the water still stays on the board state, which is amazing. And it's hitting pretty hard. It hits for 70 for this matchup. It's gonna hit for weakness, so that's 140. Attached choice band, that it's gonna be a hard one right there. So he plays another Diddle down. Looks like he's eyeing something else. Let's see. A switch, alright, to get the Articuno up in play. Looks like Ultra Space is coming down. Okay, so Grace is going to want to get the knockouts on this Articuno before it's even able to charge up. That way it causes Kens to either search another one out or either rescue Stretcher it back. So it looks like she is grabbing the Naganado with the Ultra Space and a Marshadow from the Ultra Ball she played earlier. So she's going to need energy in a discard and energy attachment for this turn to be able to knock out the Articuno, stay ahead of the price race. or either take out the Wooper would be good. That way it slows down Kins for another turn. But he also has that Diddle ready as well that could evolve into that Quagsire. So okay, energy attachment of the Persephone, energy from the discard to the Naganadel. It looks like we are going to get the knockout for the 3 energies right there and kill that Articuno. Crispy taking off first prize. It was crucial for her to get that knockout because if not, Kins was going to be able to get that KO or either hit it pretty hard on this next turn. So now Kins is forced to get another Articuno or either rescue or stretcher it out. So it does hurt being able to lost zone 3 energies just for that one prize, but sometimes you have to do those things in order for you to stay in the game, especially against a water deck when you're playing Persephone. So it looks like he will be Guzma. He's gonna Guzma out Lele, and he's gonna send out, okay. Alright, it looks like he's swinging and pass for turn. He is poison now. To Tapu Lele is poison. Grace plays down the Diddle. She's using Ultra Space on this point. And I'm not sure why Kins didn't use Ultra Space on this last turn to get some evolutions going. Okay, so Grace has a full bench now. Energy attachment. Energy attachment on the Lele. For manually retreat, she uses the Naganadel to charge up. Energy switch onto the Persephone to get 1 energy onto the Persephone. Maybe for a bursting burn attack or either the GX. So poison is removed from the Tapu Lele. And it looks like she did use bursting burn. So Kins did not pass the roll for the burn. So he's still burned and confused. And that bursting burn, it really wins some games a lot of the times. People don't look into it or either don't consider it when they're playing against Persephone, but that bursting burn, confusion and the burn gets Persephone closer to that kill shot, and the confusion just hurts the opponent so much when they can't get out of it. Okay, so here comes the Quagsire. Kins does play the Quagsire and evolves it. He will manually retreat. It looks like he's going to attach energy for turn onto the Tapu Lele. And energy drive for 60 onto the Persephone. Grace going through her deck to make sure she's got everything that she needs and fixing some cards as well. So if she can get an energy attachment onto the Persephone and choice ban or either attachments onto those Naganadel, she will get this knockout on this Tapu Lele, which is going to be huge because it will put her ahead in prices. So let's see what she can pull off here, guys. So, a bursting burn again. It looks like it went through again. Kins did not roll for the burn, still on. So this is going to put the Tapu Lele closer for that knockout range. Instead of getting rid of 4 energies, she's only going to have to get rid of 3 energies for that Tapu Lele knockout. And if Kins keeps the Tapu Lele out there, it just gets closer and closer for 1 less energy to be used. Looks like Ken's is doing his math here. Okay, so Ken's is gonna look like he energy drive and it went through, and the bursting burn took effect, and he rolled for the burn effect, which he did knock off this turn. So energy drive went through for another 60, so it puts the Persephone at 120 now. Grace can get that energy attachment, and from the Nagadedo, it's going to be a knockout on this Tapu Lele. But it looks like she just might have to Bursting Burn again. Yes, that's what's going to happen. So pass per turn, Bursting Burn. Ken's does not roll off the burn effect. It will be past his turn, so either he pull something out to be able to attack with something else. Okay, so he Cynthia and manually attached to the Nagadedo on the bench. If he energy drives right now and makes it, that's a knockout on Persephone, which he would be taking 2 prizes, but that does put Grace in Beast Ring area. And she has Persephone and I believe a Beast Ring in her hand at the moment. So Brooklyn Hill is coming down to replace the Ultra Space Stadium. Articuno's out with the second Quagsire. It looks like we are going to manually retreat the Tapu Lele back. And Kens is going to move up 2 energies with the Quagsire ability up to the Articuno. And swings for the knockout on that one for the weakness for the 140. And is able to move the 2, or he has to move both of his energies onto the Articuno to the bench. So he decides to move it to the Quagsire, since Quagsire can just move energies around. So Grace puts down her other Persephone that she had in hand. It looks like she's going to manually attach. No, she was. Okay. Manually attach onto the Nagadedo for the retreat. Be able to charge up the same energy she just used to retreat. Another double charge up. Beast Ring she played. 2 energies coming onto the board, onto the active Persephone there. If she has Guzma, she can Guzma out the Lele to be able to get that 2 prize and be ahead for a prize. But it looks like she has to take the Articuno knockout on this one. And so another prize goes to Grace. So right now they're tied. Let's see how Kens is going to come back with this one. At this point, all he's got to do is play another Articuno with Choice Band or any Wonder Pokemon, really. And since he's got 2 Quagsires, he can move all those energies up to his active Pokemon. Okay, so the Magikarp Wailord comes out, which is going to be huge against this matchup, especially with the GX attack being able to do 100 to the bench. So it looks like Ken's played a Beast Ring of his own to attach to the Nagadedos. It's just more energies to be moved up with Quagsire. Okay, so it looks like he's going to manually retreat, send up the Magikarp Wailord. Is going to move 3 energies from the Nagadedo up to the Magikarp Wailord. 1 from hand. Another one from the Quagsire. And swings for the knockout. So Kins takes another 2 prizes on that one. So now all the Kins needs is a few more energies to be able to do that Towering Splash GX. To be able to do 100 to all the bench Pokemon on Grace's side of the field. To get him the last 2 prizes that he needs. So right now he has 5 on the Magikarp Wailord active one, with 2 additional on the bench. So I believe you need 8 total to get that GX off. Okay, so Gray sends out Naganado, energy attachment onto the Naganado. Oh no, that was charge up onto the active, manually attachment onto the bench Naganado. And it looks like he passes over the Kins, and it's gonna be the Tyrant Splash GX for the knockout on 2 of her bench Pokemon for the game right there. That was a crazy match right there, really fun to watch. It looked like Grace did have the lead on that one if she just was able to pull ahead on that first turn, so she was able to get that Tapu Lele knockout. Would have been great for her. Great match, guys. Now we are moving on to Justin and Kins. And Justin is playing the, I believe, Thunder Buddy version. He's got a Pikachu Zekrom active. Just played 2 Nest Balls. Let's see what he gets out. Zeraora, and Kins has an active Onix, which is going to be great against this matchup since it's going to be hitting for weakness on pretty much everything on Justin's side. He just needs to hurry up and load it up so he can get those knockouts going. Okay, so Zeraora and a Zapdos is coming out on Justin's side. Also plays down on Tapu Lele to be able to use the ability to search out for a supporter. And we're going to see what support he pulls out. So a lot's going on Justin's side. But that's what you want to do, especially since you're facing a weakness Pokemon on the opponent's active. You want to get set up real fast, that way you can be ahead of the game. And it's really easy with Pikachu Zekrom. It accelerates itself. It's just such a good deck. Okay, so Acrobike. Looks like he's going to throw away an energy. Another Acrobike. Throws away a Guzma. And a third Acrobike, okay. Throws away the Electro Power and keeps a Viridian Force, okay, and decides to play it down. Another Pikachu Zekrom comes down onto the board with a Lily for 7. So got to play through his deck pretty well on his first turn. Still no manual attachment yet. Has 1 in the discard. If you can get another one, then he can get out a Tapu Koko and send him to the Lost Zone to be able to put 2 energies onto the bench. So it looks like he's going to manually attach onto the Pikachu Zekrom on the bench. He's going to Ultra Ball away an energy in another stadium, possibly to get the Tapu Koko out. There it is, okay. So he is pulling out the Tapu Koko, which now he has 2 energies in the discard pile to be able to Lost Zone Tapu Koko away to add the energies onto the bench Pokemon. Okay, so he is going to send it away. He pulls out those 2 energies from the discard pile. Attaches it to the bench, Pikachu Zekrom, and onto the Zeraora. And passes for turns. Alright, so Kins has got a lot to catch up on this side. That turn for Justin was just crazy good. Really good turn for him. 3 Acrobikes and a Lily. Just got him everything that he needed. So Kins definitely wants to get his Quagsires up along with some Nagadados going, so he's able to move the energy as he pleases around his board state. He's checking what he has in his prizes when he's going through his deck right now. Alright, looks like he's gonna get the Diddle. Looks like he has Cynthia as well in his hand. Whaler GX, along with the Quagsire and a Beast Ring. So Cynthia is probably the best play right now. He's got nothing else playable at the moment. So Justin needs either Thunder Mountain Energy Attachment to the active to be able to retreat for that free retreat with Zeraor's ability, and be able to use Full Blitz to get the knockout onto that Onix and be able to charge up another Pikachu Zekrom or either his Zeraora. So looks like Ken's my Ultra Ball. No, okay, comes down to the Articuno. Energy attachment onto the Articuno. Replaces Verdarian Force with Brooklyn Hill. It's going to use Brooklyn Hill to get out of Wooper. There it is. Okay, so yeah, so you can start chaining those Quagsires out. Alright, and passes per turn. Okay, so we'll see what Justin's able to pull off on his second turn. See if we can get that turn 2 full blitz going. So there's the Thunder Mountain. All he needs is energy attachment onto the active Pikachu Zekrom to be able to retreat it with Zeraor's ability to send the bench Pikachu Zekrom up. So energy switch onto the active Pikachu Zekrom for the ability. Alright, so we got the turn 2 full blitz, which is going to be a knockout on the Onix for 150. And, oh, before he attacks, he's going to play Cynthia. Alright. He still has not attached for turn. Alright, so mainly attachment onto Zeraora again to be able to have that switching out ability, and also Zeraora is a really great attacker as well. Alright, so it looks like he did use full blitz. Now he's going to get 3 energies. Well, he can choose up to 3 energies out of his deck and attach it to one of his bench Pokemon. So it looks like he is going to get all 3 energies. Ken sends out Articuno onto his active, and Justin is attaching those energies he just pulled out from that full blitz onto his bench Pikachu Zekrom. And it looks like Ken's is going to Mysterious Treasure. To get a Naganado out. So it looks like he's going to be able to do some damage this turn with Articuno. As long as he gets that Quagsire up, so you can send that energy up from the Naganado to Articuno, he should be able to do 70 damage, I'm sorry, to the active Pikachu Zekrom, and be able to move those energies onto his bench Pokemon. And force Justin to take the single prize attackers. So it looks like he is going to be able to get that Quagsire out with that Ultra Ball that he has in his hand, but just to figure out what to get rid of. Okay, so energy attachment for turn. He's going to bench Volcanion Prism along with his second Articuno. So at this point, he is going to be forcing Justin to take out single prize attackers. Alright, so Ken decides to use Articuno's ability or attack to do 70 damage onto the Pikachu Zekrom and move the two energies that he had as active onto his bench Articuno. Okay, goes into Justin's turn, draws into an Acrobite, plays Acrobite. Looks like he got rid of the... Oh, did not see. I was thinking it was a Choice Band. Alright, so Choice Band attachment onto the Zoroark bench. Looks like he is going to be switching out in between his Pikachu Zekroms. So, energy attachment onto the active, which that would be for the Tagbolt GX if he chooses to use it this turn. With Thunder Mountain Stadium down, definitely helps him one less energy to get that Tagbolt GX going on. And so he can choose to get the Articuno out along with the Quagsire, or maybe both Articunos at once. So he plays Cynthia, 6 fresh new cards. Okay, so he does do the Tagbolt GX, and he's going to take out the active Articuno along with the Naganadel on the bench. So Justin's ahead by 3 prizes. Ken sends out his bench Articuno up to the active. It looks like Ken's played a Mysterious Treasure along with an Ultra Ball. Let's see what he gets out. And he pulls out a Tapu Lele that used the ability for a supporter, grabs the Lily out. And I believe he's going to be able to draw 6 since he has no cards in hands left. Oh no, he does have 2 cards in his hands. He's got a Rescue Stretcher. Okay, so it looks like he's going to Rescue Stretcher back the Onix, which is a great choice right here because it's going to be able to get some knockouts going. So he's going to Lily. So replace the Thunder Mountain with the Brooklyn Hill. So if Kent can get his Quagsires going on, that way he can start switching the energies around. It would be great so he can get that Onix active and start taking some return knockouts for weaknesses and even Pikachu Zekroms for the one shot. That way he can catch up on this board state. Alright, so it looks like Kent is going to attack, do 7 into the active Pikachu Zekrom, and move those 2 energies onto the bench Onix. And passes for turn. So if Kent can get 2 more energies onto the Onix, it's definitely going to be hurting Justin's side since Kent can take potentially 3 prizes with those Pikachu Zekroms, both already hurting. So it looks like Justin Guzman's out the Tapu Lele and sends out Zoroark to manually retreat with his ability to keep the Pikachu Zekrom up there. And that is going to be a knockout. Since Pikachu Zekrom does have the Choice Band on it, it's going to be 180 for another 2 more prizes on Justin's side. Okay, so Ken decides to send his Onyx up in the active, plays an Acrobike. It looks like he's gonna keep. Okay. Ultra Ball away Guzma Beast Ring. Pull out Quagsire. So he's going to be able to move that energy from the Volcanion Prism Star onto the active Onyx. And if he can get an energy off this Lily, he will be able to get a knockout on this turn for 3 prizes with the Onyx. So a whole lot of energy is in his hand right now. So it looks like that is the play. Manual attachment moves the energy from the Volcanion up to the active Onyx. Plays a Magikarp Whaler to just get ready for the next round. Or next... Okay. So takes a knockout on the Pikachu Zekrom for 3 prizes with that Onyx for that 120, which hit him for weakness, 240 exactly. Okay, over to Justin's side, he decides to send his Pikachu Zekrom up to the active for the game right there. So all Justin needed was the energy attachment onto the active Pikachu Zekrom to be able to get that knockout that he needed on the Onyx. So another great game, guys. We're gonna be moving on to our third game. In our third game, we have Justin again and Nolan for the last round of our league challenge that we had. Justin again with the Thunder Buddies going on. Nolan's playing the Lucario Zoroark build, I think with the Weavile. And so could be potentially be hurting Justin in this game, especially since Nolan can hit for weakness and also for the abilities, since Justin, all his Pokemon have abilities that Weavile can be hurting and very threatening. So Justin is going first. He's got 2 Zeraors out along with the Pikachu Zekrom. On Nolan's side, we have the Oranguru with the Railu out. That Railu is going to be #1 priority for Justin to get knocked out. And since all it needs, it can evolve to Lucario and manually attach for that turn and be able to knock out 1 Pikachu Zekrom. So Justin plays a Cynthia. Or grabs the Cynthia with the Tapu Lele. Let's see what else he does for his turn. Alright, he decides to play Lily. That was an energy attachment onto the Pikachu Zekrom earlier and passes for turn. Okay, so on to Nolan's side. Nest Ball to start off. He's going to search his deck, see what he's got priced and what he's got going on his deck right now. So if he can get a Ditto, another Railu going, or even some Zoroarks to get him going, this is going to be a great match for Nolan. So he decides to pull out a Zorua out. Looks like he's going to Mallow. For 2 cards. Did not get to see which 2 cards he grabbed on. Looks like he changed his mind. If Nolan had a Mallow, that means he did not have a good hand to start with. So maybe he placed another supporter for turn next round. Maybe a Lily to be able to draw into another Nest Ball or another Pokemon that he needs, or maybe even the Lucario since he manually attached for this turn and passed. So okay, so over to Justin's side, we have another manually attached onto the Pikachu Zekrom. He's going to play his Cynthia. If Justin knocks out this Oranguru, Nolan will be able to bring out that Railu up, and if he can get the Lucario going, he will be taking 3 prizes. Alright, look like Justin ended up passing for turn. Nolan then grabbed the Zoroark. trades into it to grab the Cynthia. Okay, so he did set it up his last turn pretty well. It would have been great if he was able to play the Cynthia on this first turn to get more board state set up, but that's alright. Alright, so looks like he's going to Cynthia. Let's get some fresh cards going. Nest Ball. Another Zeraora out. So now there's a lot of threat on the board on Nolan's side for Justin. So Justin's going to have to be careful on what Pokemon he plays, because right now he's sitting at 150 damage if Weavile comes out. And Nolan decides to pass over to Justin. Let's see what he gets going. He's trying to be careful not to get that knockout on that Rangaroo, since that Riley could come back and evolve to a Lucario and get that one-shot knockout. So it looks like he's going to play a Verdurian Forest. He's going to trade something away to get an energy out. Looks like a manual attachment onto the Pikachu Zekrom and a Guzma. Alright. So he decides to go for the Zoroark. Still not knockout yet. Alright, Electropyro. Okay, so there is the knockout right there on the Zoroark. Full Blitz. So he's going to be able to get the knockout 2 prizes and be able to get 3 energies out and load up one of his Zeraoras and get him ready. So Nolan does send out the Riley up, so if he's able to get the Lucario, he will be taking 3 prizes. We'll put him ahead in the prize race. So he draws into another Zoroark. He's got some tradability going, so he's going to Rescue Stretcher the Zorua back. If he can just get that Lucario going. Okay, manually attached choice, man. Looks like we're going to judge. Okay, that's a great card to play right now. Great card to play since Justin did have a lot of cards in his hand from taking those 2 prizes and whatever else he had prior. So I think he was sitting at 5 or 6 cards in his hand. Okay, so we do see an Ultra Ball in Nolan's hand. Looks like he's going to trade first. So Ultra Ball to get the Lucario out. Didn't even hesitate, straight to it. Okay, so Nolan is going to be able to get that one-shot knockout on this turn and be able to take 3 prizes. Alright. Okay, so Nolan takes 3 prizes on that knockout in the Pikachu Zekrom, and it looks like Justin's going to send up the Zeraora out. Justin's going to have to get this knockout out of here, if not that Lucario's going to come back in and get another knockout with his GX attack. And all Nolan needs is an energy attachment. Okay, so Electropyro is played. Looks like we're going to have an Ultra Ball. So Justin needs a Choice Band or another Electropyro to be able to get the knockout on this Lucario. Okay, so Tapu Lele down for a Erica's Hospitality. Okay, plays Erica's Hospitality for 5. It did not look like he pulled the Choice Band or Electropyro that he needed. So he is going to play Nest Ball. To grab the Tapu Koko Prism Star. Alright, so he's going to Ultra Ball away the Zapdos and an Ultra Ball. Let's see what he gets out of this. Is he thinking maybe another Pikachu Zekrom? Marshadow, alright. Okay, so he's going to be able to play the Mars Shuttle. Another chance to get a Choice Band or Electro Power to be able to get this knockout on this Lucario, which will help him a lot, because now Nolan's going to have to either try to two-shot something or either get another Railu out for Lucario to get another knockout. So at this point, I think Justin's just going to keep away from that Pikachu Zekrom, since Nolan can easily one-shot them for 3 prizes. Okay, so there's the Choice Band that Justin needed for the knockout right now. Along with the Electro Power, that's enough to knock the Lucario out for him to take 2 more prizes. Okay, so it looks like Nolan is going to get a Weavile ready. He will be able to get the knockout on the Zeraora if he gets a Weavile energy attachment. So it looks like he's going to Nest Ball. To get another Railu out. He does have a trade ability. So right now he's going to use energy attachment, Devour Field, and on top of Lily. Alright. To get a Lily. So all he needs is energy and the Weavile to be able to get this knockout. We'll put him down to 1 prize. And with the Railu ready on the bench, it's gonna be great, because then that way, if he does get this knockout, Justin has to get a knockout either on the Zoroark or on the Tapu Lele to be able to win the game. So it's gonna force him to get those knockouts. Okay, looks like he gets his second Zoroark out. He must not have the Weavile in his deck. It might be prized if he did not get it with that Ultra Ball. Or in his hand. Okay, it's in his hand. So all he needs is energy attachment. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do a second trade. Well, first trade, second trade. And still no energy. Okay. It's a hard miss on those energies on Nolan's side. He's not going to be able to get the knockout on this Zeraora. He falls into Weavile, attaches energy onto the Zoroark, and passes. Okay, so Justin still needs to retreat the active Zeraora so I can attack again. Or either Guzma something out. Okay, so mainly attachment onto the bench Zeraora. It's going to send the Tapu Koko away to be able to add 2 energies from the discard pile onto the bench. And I believe he did have an energy switch in hand. Okay, so he's going to retreat the active Zeraora. Send out the bench one up so he can be able to attack this turn. Here comes that energy switch off the Tapu Lele onto the active. To be able to swing for Plasma Burst. Alright, so he does end up taking the knockout. Justin's down to 1 prize. Nolan needs 2 more. If Nolan can get the energy and Lucario, he will have this game. It looks like he did not have it in deck. It might have been prized. And it was prized. Alright, so Nolan scoops on the last round. Not being able to have that Lucario in his deck really was a clutch for him. But yes, guys, thank you for coming out to the Game Closet for our League Challenge. And I appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you could please leave comments and let me know how I can get better at this, I would appreciate it. Thanks, guys.